Young OG. Hey Boogie, what's up? Another one. Yeah. You used to be my baby. Remember when you used to wear my chain and my bracelets? I know you blushing when I make a statement. So don't you worry about them bitches, I don't entertain them. They only want me cause I'm famous. I'm A-Boogie with the hoodie, but just call me baby. And I be rolling with the gangsters. Mask on, gloves on, like they contagious. But what you think about me? Anything I put on, I be looking OD. Pull up to a party in a Rari 88. Going 200, it was me and E3. Right when I decided I'ma go my own way. She all on my body and she hoping I'll stay. I guess that's what happens when you run into the cream. Cash rules everything around me. But even when I'm with a new girl, I still end up thinking about you. Because they just don't know. They don't know me like they really want to. And everywhere I go, when I come through, all I see is wild thoughts. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow thoughts. Wow, wow, wow. When I come through, all I see is wild thoughts. Look, let's keep it real and never fake it. Yeah, I'm getting money, they can't take it. The vibe is off, I gotta shake it. Look, I'm nothing like them, don't want no one to mistake it. Sun is gonna shine even through the shady. Just cause I play it mellow, don't think you betray me. You can't buy class, I bought a new Mercedes. Came back on the birds, I'm the new Tom Brady. Wow, all I see is wildlife when I'm out. Bunch of snakes, couple cats with my life in their mouth. Lying like they gorillas, really soft as chinchillas. Don't sweat the butterfly, if they use this a caterpillar, that's wild. Wow, wow, wow. When I come through, all I see is wild thoughts. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow thoughts. Wow, wow, wow. When I come through, all I see is wild thoughts.
I'm not gonna lie. I found a straggler beer in the basement. It's probably out of code. It's a 16 ouncer. I'm going to drink it anyhow. I don't turn down free beer. Dude, I got to tell you the truth. Well, it doesn't matter because it's the same company. But I'm a Michelob drinker. And I went through probably about an 8-pack. My wife and I just did about 8 each. Out of code? It means it's out of code means it's expired. That's beer distributor talk. So listen. My wife and I were cleaning up the cabinets. We had to empty out all of our cabinets because we had to have them painted. They were just disastrous. We haven't done anything much to the house since we moved in. And we finally were like, all right, our kitchen's hideous. And we're going to get it fixed. So we did. And we had someone come in and paint our cabinets. So we had to empty them all out. And we realized we had so much junk in our cabinets. Like, you just buy things. You're like, oh, we need this peeler. We need this, like, swizzle spoon. We need this, blah, blah, blah. And, like, we're like, when's the last time you used this? And we're like, I don't think we've used that since we bought it. Toss it. Like, because we're like, we're not saving it. Right? Like, it's just, like, junk shit. So we're, like, halfway through our drawers. And I'm like, that's it. I'm putting on a power hour. So we put on 90s Power Hour, and it was epic, dude. A 90s video Power Hour put on the Google Home. Dude, we got the job done, I think, faster, but who knows? I hope we remember where we put everything. It was a good time, though. Shout out to my wife for helping me make things fun. All right, cheers to you guys. I'm going to get the shot counter down to 1. Oh, and real quick, before I do this, anyone going to the National? Alex Cheshire in our group just messaged me. So he is going to meet me up at National. I have to make sure I have enough stuff. I don't want to I'm not paying for check bags. So I need to make sure I bring enough stuff. I'm going to bring a couple extra hats, a couple extra, if the keychains get here on time, I'm going to bring like a bottle opener for the person who really like has a good time with me. But I don't want to bring too much. There are 16 spots left in our football break tonight. We got to fill that up tonight, guys. I want to rip that tonight. Fantasy spot on board. So, take the shot real quick. Chasing this orange. It's National Tequila Day, by the way. Got myself a Valencia Orange 21 Seeds Tequila. One of my favorite tequilas. Here we go. National Tequila Day. They have a National Everything Day. So delightful. Actually tastes good with that Bud Light. All right. Noah, Corey, you're not going to the National this year? Chris made all this stuff. He wants to make sure I take it to meet up with people. Now, I'm pretty sure I'll meet up with Mike Williamson. Are we sure that Drew Jones is good? Isn't he D-backs? Drew Jones? Maybe I'm the a-hole. We did get a hot box out of this already, and I'm just going to be honest. Sometimes hot boxes are cool. I was not a fan of the hot box in Panini Prism Baseball, and here's why. I felt like it had less numbered stuff in it. We got Justin Crawford. Look at this. I thought this would be a break that was like, I'm trying to do cheaper breaks. I know money's tight for people. There's a Brennan Davis out of 199. Drew Gilbert going out to the Stros. And a Pete Crow Armstrong for the Mets. Or no, I'm sorry, Cubs. Cubs. Prismatic. I like those prismatic. I wish there were numbered parallels of them. I wish there were numbered parallels of them. There could be. I didn't see any. Goose Gossage. We got a Jake Bennett. And here we go. Owen Murphy, Red Wave. I don't know if that's not Red Wave. That's as prismatic. And Willie Stargell. I'm just going to be straight up with you guys. I mean, I think Donruss was better than Prism. And I don't think there was a time leading up to this where we would ever said anything Donruss, even Optic, was more popular than Prism. Out of 149 for the White Sox, Peyton Pallett. And we got an Al Lopez. That's that cracked ice going out to the Pirates. I love that look. I cannot believe that's not a numbered variation, but look how nice that is, that cracked ice. And Jim Thome for the Phils. Where are we at on baseball? Is it like has baseball like this season surprised anybody? What's the big surprise teams? I mean, obviously the Reds are coming in hot. I haven't followed much. Again, I told you guys this yesterday, but it happened again today. My wife and I got up early because the people were coming to put our cabinet doors back on. So I'm like, my wife and I love Rummy 500. Anybody a big fan of like Pat Gillick? Kevin Alcantara for the Chicago Cubs. Cubbies going out to Joshua Calkins. Oh, and then I have a special surprise for you guys. I know I'll get to that in a minute, but Calkins on these outlandish vacations with his new bow. Oh, we got a gold coming up. Everson Pereira, and what's this? Tyler Soderstrom. That's going to be 7 out of 10 going out to them A's. There you go, Jeff Kellington. What up, Jeff? How's the new place? What up, Wes? Good to see you, buddy. I don't like this top letter. Hold on. There's like gunk on this. We're going to put that back. Grab ourselves a new one for this 7 out of 10. That's gunk on that, too. Seven out of 10 for this Tyler Soderstrom. Oh, GB, you're the new guy, aren't you? GB up in here. We got new guy, Grant Beck. Go Jays. This is your dude? This Pat Gillick? Francisco Alvarez and a Sugano. All the ones I'm putting over here to the right. We got a bunch of sleeved up cards already. Some of them might get top loaded. But we got these high numbered and... Isn't that awesome when that works out, Wes? That's how our trip to the beach was. We had one rainy day, and we honestly made the best of it. But, you know, my wife and I were talking about how, like, people book these vacations, and, like, if it rains, like, you're at the mercy of, you know, nature. Jordan Lawler for the Diamondbacks. There you go, Aaron, and Prismatic. And out of 75, Juan Gonzalez for the Rangers. The Lone Rangers. Ricky Statler getting that one. I love green scope. It's a good green scope there going out to Ricky. Ricky. Yeah, I was hoping we had some more... real quick, before I get too distracted. here's the announcement. I told you guys we had a fill for baseball. In order to get the fantasy spot, we were gonna have to fill by like a certain time. I've decided, look, this is going to be the baseball break. We give away one fantasy spot. You can thank Corey Kelly for that. Aparicio, 13 out of 50. Gonna go, I got to look up, is that Cubs or White Sox? For the Twins, Harmon Killebrew, and a Wade Boggs for the Red Sox. I'll have to check if this is the Cubs or the White Sox. It's Chicago, 13 out of 50. What's up, buddy? I love you. My son wants to come in, but I told him hard roll. He can't anymore. He's been begging me all day to play Fortnite. He just bought the Venom skin. So anyhow, I said I wasn't going to do the fantasy spot, but I'm going to. We're going to do one. There's a Rod Carew. We're going to do one fantasy spot for baseball. The rest are going to be football. That's going to go out to Pittsburgh. Archie Vaughn and a big hurt Frank Thomas. You lost 7 pounds? From what? Just the heat? Is it you were at a tournament or what? There's Ken Griffey for the Reds. That's funny. You gotta love that when you can just kind of not do much. Out of 75, green scope for the A's. Another one for Jeff there. Ricky and Dalton rushing for the Dodgers. A little Chipper Jones action. Got to meet him before. Spent all weekend in 9 degrees. Nick, I missed where you were at. I got to scroll up. Spent all weekend in 9 degrees heat. I didn't see what you did. What did you do? You said it's been all in 90 degrees, but the boys won the ship. Oh, were you at a tournament? Your boy had a tournament? That stuff's fun, man. I mean, my wife and I have talked. I think we've decided that we're not going to be a sport family. They do. Is that like what they do now? Rings for these kids for tournaments. How old is he? How old is this? What age? What age division? And there's a Pete Rose second to none and a Zach Veen. There's Ken Griffey Jr. for Seattle. Did they use the same picture for the Reds and they just photoshopped it? I gotta see this. Hold on. I think they did. Here it is. No, it's not. I thought for a minute maybe they used the same picture and just photoshopped, but it's very, very different age. J.R. Ritchie. And there's a Javi Lopez out of 99 going out to the Braves. Lombardi and Yoshida for the Red Sox. That's so awesome. Nick, you know what? If you don't mind, if you feel comfortable doing it, share a photo, man. I miss, like, Austin used to do that. Here's our third autograph coming. It was Austin or Logan that used to do that. I love when people share those pictures. That's big stuff. My sister, listen, we used to travel with my sister, Ramos, for the Dodgers. Potential penmanship. It's going to be one of those prospects. It is a very, but that was like the Griffey look, right? That's why I caught it. It's like, you know, the way he chased those balls down. But Nick, share a photo, man, because I'll be honest, we used to travel with my sister to go to her. She went to Little League World Series twice for softball, and I know it's you know, I loved going to those games, and when they won, we would celebrate. We didn't have social media then. That was probably a good thing, but I loved going to those games. I love celebrating. Those are big victories to win a tournament, especially in this day and age. I feel like the competition is so tight. You know, these kids that enter these tournaments, these parents, like, I see it from the parent perspective now. You got to give up your life. your wallet, your life. You know, it's your finance, your time, your dignity. A lot of times, like you are driving your kids to practice, and there it is. Ken Griffey Jr. out of 199. That one's going to go to the M's. And Lawrence Butler for Oakland. You posted it? I'll prove it right now. That stuff's awesome, man. We got to celebrate that stuff together. Like I said, you guys know I speak to this all the time. I don't always approve like the sports post when it's like we see it on every page. I don't see it here yet. Pending approvals. Did you post something? So like I had someone post an auction. I had someone post something about Josh Allen. So I don't see it yet. Maybe someone approved it already. No, not yet. But we'll keep checking on it maybe it's potential spam. No. There's like videos that get sent in. So we don't always approve. Oh, you sent to me? You don't want to post it to the page? You want me just to share it, or you want to post it to the page? What makes me think we won't be a sports family? Because I told my kids essentially, like, listen, sports are expensive. We can choose to like do vacations or do sports. And I'm not saying they can't be in a tournament or two. There's a Roberto Alomar. There you go. There's a Toronto action for you there, Grant. But like, it takes up a lot of time. You can't, if you are a good athlete, especially in the summer, you can't like go on vacations because you can't miss practice, right? Like, so like I experienced this through my sister. She could never do anything because our vacations were built around her practices, her tournaments. Out of 149 for the M's, Cool Young. Bob Lemon for the Guardians. And there's a Bobby Witt Prismatic, which he is a rookie in this. Oh, Nick, I love it. Don't get me wrong. I do love it. We did it with my sister. But I gotta say, it does take two people that enjoy being around people to make it fun. So, like, my wife is not a very big people person. And it could, Tyler. If my kid gets very good at wrestling, like, that would be the thing. And that would be more of a winter thing. I don't mind winter sports. The summer's hard. There's a nice Prism. Ken Griffey Jr. Fireworks. It's going to go out to Seattle. Who's got them M's? Mariners going out to Calkins. He's a Mariners fan, I think, too. I'm learning that. Who said that kids will always have the memories? Oh, I told my kids. I told them if they ever want to do something like that, I will support it. But we're not, I'll put it this way, we're not making our kids do that. I have no problem with people that want to do it. It's not like I'm judging anyone. There's an Ichiro for the M's out of 199. Man, Mariners having a good break. There you go. Drew Gilbert for Houston and Kevin Alcantara. But, like, I see so many families, and I saw this as a coach when I coach. So many families would, like, push their kids, and their kids are like, oh, I don't want to be here. I believe that. I'm seeing more and more, like, I think social media has helped kids want to be involved in that. And I think, like, that's starting to filter down. But I do see, I have seen parents make their kids want to do it. You know what I mean? And I'm like, man, that sucks. Like, this kid doesn't want to be here. I saw it as a coach. Gordon Gracefo for the Cards. Cardinals going to be going out to TJ Erb. Well, my only rule, and I've said this to you guys before, my dad raised me this way, is that you're not wrong, Tyler. I know a lot of guys like that. The only thing I will say is that my dad's rule, and I believe in this, and my kid's going to experience this here, is if you start something, you finish it. Oh, we let our kids try everything. That's the one thing I also told my kids, is they have to try everything, but they're only allowed to do one sport at a time. There's an Ellie De La Cruz. So, like, for example, my kids tried baseball for 2 years. And they liked it, but they said it was boring. So I said, you guys want to switch to soccer in the spring? So we did soccer instead. Fergie Jenkins out of 199 for the White Sox. And Endy Rodriguez. So we did soccer this year. And but they liked it. They liked it, and they got better. They started scoring goals. They got better. It was our first year, and they were a couple years behind the kids. So I said, what would you play next year? Baseball or soccer? And they both said soccer. So I was like, all right, now we figured out what you kind of like. There's a big hurt prism. And that's what I want, you know? But, like, a dad that grew up maybe playing baseball and went all the way through college, now he wants his kid to be a baseball player. And Nick, I'm sure you see it, right? Nick, do you ever see it? Do you have anybody on your team? And again, not names or anything, but, like, where you're like, man, that dad is crazy, or that kid doesn't really want to be here. Al Lopez, and here we go. Jacob Melton for the Astros at a 99, and an Owen White for the Rangers. That cracked ice is so pretty. Yeah, so when you get to the 12-year-old, Nick, you're right, because a kid has to commit. So at that point, you're right. Like, and that's what I said. Our kids, we're going to make our kids kind of pick something. Yep, Nick, that makes sense. And I said we want our kids to be passionate about what they do. I don't want to ever have make our kids like, you're going to gymnastics and you're gonna like it. Our kids do that. Oh, so I was gonna tell you, our kid Paxton this year really wants to do jiu-jitsu. He really wants to do it, and I said that's fine, but you're doing that instead of gymnastics because he does gymnastics. He likes it. There we go, Spencer Jones. Going to be the Yankees, I believe, there. And my only thing was, I'm like, my rule was jiu-jitsu is a very disciplined, respectful sport, right? Like, that's what it teaches you. So I said, you're going to be respectful. You are not going to quit. You are not going to be funny and goofy. This is not like, you're not going to, like, do some video game shit. You're going, and he wrestles, so he understands that. Moose Scouron. And here we go, another one for you there out of 149. There's a Jim Gilliam. But there you go for your Blue Jays there, Grant. And Wes, that's what's awesome. Like I said, I grew up loving playing basketball. Like in high school, that was my sport. I went to college and played basketball. I'm not going to encourage my kids to play it. I will put it this way. Tyler, you asked me what makes me say this. I want my kids to be more involved in individual sports. Because I as a coach that coach basketball, I see too many kids. There we go. Fireworks, LA De La Cruz for the Reds. Reds going out. There you go, Dougie. I've seen too many kids in like team sports pass the buck. Like, oh, well, we would have won if I didn't get enough time because, oh, well, it wasn't my fault that I fouled because this person didn't rotate. James Wood for the Nats. There you go. Good one there, Rich Martinez. So my point was, I was like, you know what? I want him to, the reason we started him in wrestling was because I want my kid to be responsible for his own actions. So I said you can do running and tennis and wrestling and jiu-jitsu and not that he can't do other things, but I want the responsibility to fall on my son. Like, I want him to take responsibility at a young age for his actions. Now, if he grows into the other sports, you know, that's fine, but I hope that transfers. You know, I just don't want it to be like, oh, well, if Timmy would have rotated, you know, over on defense, I wouldn't have missed that goal or I wouldn't have had to defend that kind of thing. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's important to me. All right, guys, I'm going to take one. Anybody want to take one with me? We're going to show Nussie's video or picture here real quick and celebrate with Nussie. But either way, I got on a little bit of a tangent. It is great. As long as it's teamwork and not passing the blame. I agree with you, Nuss. Listen, I love it. I grew up around it. I love it, man. I love that you have this, and I'm excited to show this picture. Oh, look at these pictures. This is great. Let me make sure we're going the right way. Oh, those are cool rings. All right, we're going to show it. Drinking the Nussie and his boy. What's his name, Nuss? Knowing Nussie's got to be like Nick Jr. Look at these rings, though. That's legit. That's pretty cool. They can wear that to school. Ah, so cool, man. This is neat. What's this down here? Is this like the team trophy? That is awesome, man. Well, hey, congratulations. This is sweet unis, too. I like that font. Congratulations, you, man. Happy to celebrate with you. I will approve it to the page right now, too. Let's make sure we can celebrate with you. Maybe it may have already gotten approved through Chris. Yeah, it's up. That's awesome. I think Chris approved it. That's so cool. Those hats are cool, man. Who did your hats? I do like that the coaches get something. Because I will tell you, coaches do not get enough recognition. I mean, it's not a... People like... Same with umpires, and I'm sure you guys deal with this all the time. But umpires and coaches, they battle it out. They get these, like, in these fights and these arguments, and everyone's like, oh, these adults are acting foolish. But listen, let's not take away the fact that the kids just get to play the game. The coaches spend hours planning. The parents spend buku dollars spending on it, traveling, and these tournament fees and the equipment. And then the umpires get paid measly. Like, what do they get? Like, maybe $100 a game if they're lucky. I've seen a lot less, $25, $50, maybe $100 a game. And I will say, like, it gets heated, right? Like, you spend all that money, everyone's like, it's just a game. No, it's not. It's a bank account. It's my time. That's cool, Nick. That's very rare to pay very little and be a part of that. It's very cool. Brooklyn Baseball Academy. That's cool. Well, hey, cheers to you, man. I'm going to drink with you. Or to you. I like that. I'm good with certain fundraisers, too. That's a whole other thing. You know, I try often. We used to do a lot. I used to, as a teen and a young adult, give a lot to the church. But I try to now find ways to spread that money out a little bit differently. Through fundraisers and stuff. But I like when the kids are out hustling and pushing it. I will say, when we were at the National in Atlantic City last year at the card show, there were some had to be 9-10-year-olds out with a sign-up sheet, and they're like, you just got to write your name here, we're trying to raise money for our basketball tournament. I'm like, listen, man, don't bullshit me. I know you're out here hustling. I don't know if you have a tournament. He's like, we do. I'm like, what's your team name? He's like, he's looking around, there's an adult going like I'm like, listen, I'm still going to give you $10 because you're out here hustling, you're trying hard. But don't BS me, man. All right, good luck to everyone on this last box. There are like 16 spots left on the football mixer. Senga at a 175. Christopher Morel rookies and Michael Harris for the Braves. So, listen, I had a dream last night. And I may have talked about it last night, and that's why. I can't remember if I did or didn't. Oh, I don't think we broke last night. Bryce Harper. Last year at the National VIP party, which we'll be attending this year, Zach Wheeler. It was like Michael Irvin and Emmitt Smith were there. And I'm like, how cool would it be if this year if like Thurman Thomas and Jim Kelly were there? I may have to do a giveaway. Guess who the athletes are at the VIP party this year. If you had to guess right now, who are the athletes at the VIP party? Trey Turner, and then there's an Ichiro headliners. That's a Prism. That looks cool. M's again, man, just crushing it. You had 100 kids try out. Oh, so that's like a big known program. So your boy can play. Like, he's no joke. Julio Urias. Antonio Brown. Wes always coming in with the hot stuff. I had to spend a lot of money, but I am going to have 20. There's a Riley Green. I am going to have about 20 silver packs that we're going to use as giveaways. Man, that would be awesome. Well, I don't think Emmitt Smith will be back this year. Oh, there he is for the Rangers. Marcus Semien. Rangers going out to Ricky. Ricky hot today. How many of you guys have ever coached a team before? Brandon Crawford for the Giants at a 150. You want me to throw you my what in your back? My D in your... Aaron, clean it up, man. I'm not going to touch my... Man, I should wrench you for that. Throw my D in your back. Man, clean it up, dude. We'll try. I'll probably disappoint you with that thing like I do my wife. You coached softball for 4 years. Logan Webb, another one for the Giants at a 125. Oh, Wes does have a wrench. No, don't. I'm just messing. I'm trying to have fun, man. I miss hanging out. We used to break every night, and we don't break every night now, and I do miss it. But listen, this is the way it was before COVID. It was a slowdown in the summer. We're about to get in the heat of times. Moreno, Waldachuk, and Alex Bregman out of 175 for the Stros. He kind of looks like Josh Allen a little bit in that face. Well, I'm about to help out with wrestling. Well, if they want me. I think they need volunteers for that bad. And I just don't know enough about coaching wrestling. Bobby Witt out of 300 for them Royals going out to Joseph Pereira. Ricky, you did baseball and basketball. I think baseball and basketball are the hardest of them all. Well, probably soccer. Those large... Well, basketball's a little easier because you have 12 max. Football is unimaginable to me. I can't imagine football. And I guess baseball, you can break them up a little bit. Football has so many people on a team. So much stuff going on. Soccer's another hard one. You know, you got so much stuff going on. Like Trout. I did basketball. It wasn't horrible, but we had to keep everybody. And I think the hard thing about basketball was like it was 8th graders. We had to keep everyone on the team. So I had 19 kids on an 8th grade basketball team. It was impossible. It was impossible. I tried my hardest. We couldn't cut. All right, hope our Otto's in here. Football, you have assignments. And usually you have a lot more coaches, right? Like, generally you get more coaches with football. Oh, there's our Otto to close it out. Tovar. What's this? A Bobby Witt out of 199? And KSN, Cannon Smith and Jigba out of 150. That's going to be going out to the Pirates. Pittsburgh Pirates going out to TJ Erb. Sorry, no Diamondbacks for you, Aaron. I was rooting for you. Yeah, baseball, we had stations, which is kind of like teaching first grade, where you have centers and you have like everyone has their job. So I get that. It's hard. I think it's easier at an older age than it is at a younger age because you're not only coaching, but you're child rearing in a way. Really, Aaron? That's crazy. I mean, it is 9 players on a field opposed to, 11? So very similar. Same with soccer, though. All these are going to be sleeved up cards, guys. We got a bunch of sleeved up cards. We are going to be giving a fantasy spot away. We're going to be giving away 2 $5 hitless credits and a fantasy spot. And real quick, just to make sure, Nick, thanks for talking. That was a good chat. I love that kind of stuff. I hope you guys are right. I hope I want to become a football family in a way. But at the same time, like, I like our vacations. I told my kids, you can't get a dog, like a puppy. I don't know, maybe you guys can give me parenting advice because I can't figure it out. To do it all, even with 2 kids. Those of y'all who have a bunch of kids. Oh, Aaron, wrestling's my new favorite. That's definitely my new favorite. Hey, guys, 14 spots left in football. I'm going to go through this real quick. Out of 199, Bobby Witt, and out of 300, Bobby Witt. Two different parallels there. Alex Bregman out of 175 and Logan Webb out of 125. Crawford out of 150 and Senga out of 175. I will say, out of one box of finest, there is a lot of numbered, a lot of pretty stuff. Even nicer than Optic football in a way. It is the one product I said I can't wait for them to have in in licensed football. Elliot De La Cruz Fireworks. Pat Gillick for the Blue Jays out of 149. Jacob Melton out of 99. Ichiro out of 199. We had the Fireworks Ken Griffey Jr. Silver. Cole Young for the Mariners out of 149. Bobby Witt Prismatic, another one for the Royals there. And then there's the Ken Griffey Jr. Red for the Seattle out of 199. Javi Lopez for the Braves out of 99. Purple. Green Scope Ricky Henderson for the A's out of 75. And Aparicio out of 50. And Tyler Soderstrom, our gold, 7 out of 10 for the A's. So wasn't there Ricky Henderson in here too? 2 nice cards for the A's, the Soderstrom and the Henderson, 10 and 75. Yep, I'll have a few boxes of Jumbo and Hobby. We're going to use them as mixers, but we will have a few. I'll have a half a case of each, pretty much. That Ricky Green Scope is nasty. I agree with you, Grant. Yep, we're probably going to do some, we're obviously going to stick to the Topps Panini mixers. I like them for hit purposes, so we'll have some chrome to mix in there. And let me get some of these numbered ones back to the back. All right, Kevin Alcantara for the Chicago Cubs. That's going to be going out to Calkins. We had the Marcus Semien for the Rangers. That's going to be going out to Ricky Stotler. Stick around. We got 2 $5 hitless credits. We got a fantasy spot. For the Nats, going out to Rich Martinez. I'm not, because there's not enough autos. I won't do a monster. It's too much money with not enough autos, and we don't know how it's going to go. So... and we'll see. We'll see how it looks. But I like our mixes. I do like that Panini adds in the autos. Spencer Jones for the Yankees is going to be going out to Ben Hitchcock. And then we have the Cardinals, Gordon Gracefo, going out to TJ Erb. You know me. I like to enjoy the breaks. I like to, we do it different here. There's plenty of people that are going to be doing like massive breaks. And again, I don't blame you guys for breaking elsewhere, but I hope that you hang out. I hope you hang out with us on occasion. And then CSN going out to the Pirates is going to be going out to TJ Erb. Remember, guys, I do my best to keep prices low. And, I do my best to keep it fun, do fantasy spots, do the hitless credits, keep the conversation fun. And there's for the Rangers also going out to Ricky. But listen, I'm not going to blame anyone for going. Listen, we can't do the full cases. We couldn't fill them. We decided a long time ago, even during COVID, we weren't going to do that kind of stuff. We didn't jack up prices then. We stayed honest then, and you know what? We hope it stays true to you guys now. If it doesn't, that's okay too. Donruss is better, Aaron. I appreciate that, Aaron. Donruss is definitely better. It's surprising, man. I've always been a Donruss Optic fan. I've always been a Donruss fan. The one thing I did every year before COVID, let's bring you guys over here. The one thing I always did before COVID was rip a box of Donruss football. It got so expensive during COVID, I stopped ripping it. I just couldn't afford to rip it. And now it's back down. So I like Donruss a lot. It's one of my favorite products, in football specifically. Red Sox and Oreos. Not Oreos. I could eat an Oreo. Jose and Nicky Nuss. Congratulations again to Nick on his son's... What's crazy talk? Corey, what's crazy talk? We're going to give away 1 fantasy spot. My baseball people, you can thank Corey Kelly. The reason we're doing this is because of Corey Kelly. League number 3. The only reason we did 1 and I wasn't supposed to give it out, but I decided to do it because Corey Kelly said I had to give 1 fantasy spot away, Corey. Donruss Baseball is better than Prism Baseball. Oh, it's so good. TJ Erb's in the league. There you go, TJ. TJ Erb is in our final fantasy football season-long league, guys. Big prizes in that. what we do with that is at the end of the season, we put a pile full of hobby boxes and good shit. Like, everything's awesome. And we let people draft prizes. It's awesome. You get to pick a prize. So, we'll do tiers, obviously. First place gets from a table. Second place gets from a table. Third place gets... Aaron, I don't necessarily think it's garbage, but I see what you're saying. There's good stuff in there, though, too. You get a 1-of-1 gold or an out of 10 gold or one of those vinyls. It's good. Aaron, you got to open up your mind a little bit. Corey, you're wrong. It's the opposite. The value in Donruss is on the number cards. Message me, Corey. I'm going to show you some auctions. Like, Ken Griffey Jr. cards out of 49 are going for like $40, $50. A box is only like $175. Dude, you guys have... I don't even care if you care. I have people blowing me up about Donruss baseball boxes. I won't sell them to them. I sold one to Jay, a local guy, and he got over $300 worth of cards out of it. It was just numbered cards. But they sell. They sell. What do you... Like, well, who cares there's too many numbered? Every Griffey out of 49 is going for like $30. So we pulled a box the other day that had like an out of 49, an out of 199, and an out of 299 Griffey. Those 3 cards went for over $100. Maybe it was like $80 to $100. They sold. It's not. There's no out of 9. I'm gonna go before I say something to Corey I regret. I love you guys. Peace.